start with the legal process that the Trump camp is, I guess, has said that they're going to start on Monday. If we compare it to the last in memory where an election was potentially disputed, and that's Bush versus Gore in 2000, what are the similarities and differences between then and now?
The main thing, Barbara, are differences, because in Bush versus Gore in 2000, there was a claim that either side could bring that would decide the election, that would change the results. There was an astonishingly small, razor-thin margin of a few hundred votes, and there was a recount procedure going on. So the court could say, and the U.S. Supreme Court eventually did, I'm gonna honor your claim and therefore grant you relief. All the sort of scattershot claims that the Trump administration is saying they will bring tomorrow can't do that. There are 50 votes here, 100 votes there. The door is already open. There's no real way for a court to grant them relief, and they're all going to get dismissed sooner or later, probably sooner, because there's just nothing to be done. So I think it's a public relations idea, possibly, but if any lawyer would advise him that there's nothing to be done about this for these little ragtag claims. No possible success.
I guess maybe he hadn't spoken to any lawyer that would advise him about that when he started tweeting and talking about potentially going all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, you seem to be saying that it would never even get to that it would stop at state level. But, of course, some people are worried because Donald Trump did manage to put a conservative majority in the Supreme Court. I appreciate that you don't think it will ever get to that. But if it does, do you think that people that don't support Donald Trump and don't support his idea that the election was rigged have something to fear in the fact it's a conservative majority Supreme Court?
The short answer is no. There's no facts, there's no evidence, and there's no legal claim that could change things. So even if by some miracle it went all the way up there would just be nothing for them to get their hands around, even if they wanted to, even positing that they were partisan and in his pocket. But it's never going to get there. He's 0 for 9 so far. All the cases have been dismissed. And what they're complaining about are these teeny little tranche of votes that are now, irrelevant. It's a fait accompli. If he had a claim, say there's a recount and the claim went to all the votes or something, as Florida did, then you could try to get your hand around it, but he's not going to have such a claim.
OK, so he's obviously a man trying to hold on to the presidency. Now, he may not like to lose, so it could be pride. It could also be that he might be facing some legal problems of his own when he's no longer protected legally by the presidency. Do you think that could be a factor? And how does the legal situation for him, I'm not talking about the voting, I mean his personal affairs, how does that change once he's no longer president?
Yeah, I mean, it's been reported it is a factor. Once he's no longer president, it's quite clear. He's an ordinary citizen like anyone else. That's a principle established since George Washington. And he's an ordinary citizen with a lot of legal problems. It's been reported that he has outsized hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. To whatever extent creditors wanted to forbear, foreclosing on the President of the United States, that will stop. He is clearly under active criminal investigation by the District Attorney of New York. That's something that couldn't have proceeded while he was president, but absolutely could when he isn't. His organization, the Trump Organization, is under scrutiny by the Attorney General of New York. And that will go forward. He's under a lawsuit for defamation by a alleged victim of a sexual assault that he called a liar. He's going to have, I think, terrible legal problems for the rest of his life. And nobody knows. It could be ruinous, the financial situation he's in. He's so expertly hidden it for these several years, but now the the curtain will be drawn and we'll see if he's in desperate financial straits or not.
I guess we will. U.S. Deputy Assistant Attorney General Harry Litman, and also the host of the Talking Feds podcast, speaking to us from La Jolla in California. Sir, thank you.